is up? Welcome back to another video. It is me, the Review Master 19 here. Now, I usually don't post on weekdays, but I figured today I got something really unique, and this is a little treat for me, as it's my birthday next week, August the 30th, I turn 21. So, I was in a antique store, and, well, I managed to come across this. If you don't know what this is a Junkers Ju 88 A-4. The Ju 88, quick history background before we review the model, was a medium bomber with during World War II. It was German, part of the Luftwaffe, and it took part in nearly every single campaign during World War II. The A version was mainly used in the Battle of Britain, but this specific version, the A4, well, this specific model, hence the code, 5K in DC, and don't ask how I know that. I haven't unboxed this. I can just see because I've, looked this up on the internet when I got it. And then I realised this thing is from 2000. And a model from 2000, which it's not even been opened. It still has the original bubble with all the landing gears. Now, Atlas in 2000, they launched a series of die-cast model aircraft. There was a Hurricane, there was all sorts, I believe. And this is the very early Atlas models, and you can tell because, well, there's no swastika. And the newer versions there is. So, that's quite interesting. But I can show you that the model hasn't been opened. It still has its original zip tie from 2000. So what we're going to do is, before I start the video, I just want to say a huge thank you to the man who had this in his shop. It was originally on sale, believe it or not when I tell you this, 18 quid. He had a Heinkel, which was, I've had the Heinkel, but it was fake, from Amazon. And I got this. He had the Heinkel as well, but that was 20 quid. I would get the Heinkel, but the Junkers Ju 88 A4, he told me, the die-cast models go out so quick, and I just snapped this up because I knew how rare this was, and I knew that I've always wanted a Junkers Ju 88 bomber to be in my collection. So, instead of 18, he let me have it for 15. Very nice, because we had a chat and we spoke about, U-boats and stuff, and it's very nice. I just want to take a moment to just say thank you to the owner of this specific antique shop. And for privacy reasons, of course, I can't say, but thank you. If you watch this video, thank you. Anyway, so let's get into, well, I'm going to quickly do a time-lapse of me unboxing this, and we'll get it on the table and we'll have a closer look. So here's the model, unboxed and unpacked. So included is the bomber itself, which is very nice. It's made of high quality metal die cast, and it's really cool. And a model from 2003, as I said, 2000, sorry. No swastika. An interesting fact about the specific model, HK in DC, this did not fight in the Battle of Britain, believe it or not. No, this model fought in Russia, believe it or not. It was part of the 2nd Jagdgeschwader Blitz Group of 1941 to 1942 in the summer of Russia. So basically, Blitz meaning it probably bombed a lot of Russian cities. It does have the camouflage for the Russian front, hence the yellow band, which probably means is a leader. The Junkers Ju 88 A4, what I'm going to do is we're going to put it on the stand because I don't want to accidentally break it. These models are incredibly fragile, and I'm going to keep the box, well, for reasons, because if I need to, take this model and, put it away or something like I do every year or so, every 3 to 4 months I do a model sort out. And it's a really nice model. The Junkers Ju 88 A4 had 2 Junkers Ju engines, that's what it was powered by. This thing here is not a machine gun. This is a pitot tube, also known as an airspeed indicator. And if you know aircraft terminology, you'll know what a pitot tube is. This silver bit of dab of paint is supposed to be a light. It's got one on the other side. And the cockpit is just incredible. I don't know if my camera's going to focus. Come on, iPhone 14. Come on, you can do it. There you go. So you can see it. This is not a machine gun. This is an antenna mast. These are 2 MG81 machine guns. So 2 of those in the rear. 1 MG81 in the front. And 1 MG81 in the bombardier position. And then you have the radar mast, which is the part for the radar. That's pretty cool. And I'm very surprised that this was brand new, because usually you'd find them snapped off. This here is the Halberstadt, also known as the deathbed. And this is basically the dual mounted MG81s, I believe. Or if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's how they would get in and out. They would open that, but there's a little bomb site there. You can see the bomb bay doors, because the Junkers Ju was a multi-role aircraft. It could do dive bombing, hence the dive brakes. Yep. And of course, yellow wingtip, signifying that it is indeed part of the Russian front. And of course, light blue undersides. Very nice indeed. There is something to note though with the model, the propellers. On camera it looks blue, but I can assure you they are green. The emblem is part of, you know, the 2nd Jagdgeschwader Blitz night group. You can see the igniters there, if that's what they're called. Spark igniters, there's a name for them. I can't remember what they're called. Superchargers, that's the name, superchargers. So a few of those. Really nice detail though. Die-cast metal, of course. But yeah, this specific model fought in Russia, bombing cities or targets, whatever. And the cockpit actually has some detail. I can't show you inside there due to the limit of space, but there are seats and they are painted. You can see a little bit. This isn't like corgi scale where there's like figures and stuff, but yeah, you can see some of the details. So the bombardier would be in here. It would have sight, dive bombing as well. There'd be a line. The pilot would be here, and then you'd have a navigator and all the other gunners, and then you have a fuselage. Mainly the Junkers 88 had underwing pylons, which are not on the model. But oh well. So I'm going to put the model back on the stand. Really nice model of the Junkers Ju 88 A-4. But it does come with the landing gear, and these are always broken or lost. And this is obviously the, let me have a look. I think it is the right landing gear. Nope, it's definitely the left. And you know, because they have the pins and stuff, but I'm going to be very careful. Don't push too hard on these models. You have to be very gentle. They don't use plenty of glue on these models. The tail wheel specifically is the worst, because that is always the bit that gets lost. And the good thing is, it has a port for the screw, which is nice. It just pops in. I say pops in, it's kind of difficult to put in, but it does work. Yep. You have to be very gentle. Yeah, because there's not many of these about, It came with a leaflet, I believe, but I asked the guy who I bought it from, when, you know, you were given this, did it have the leaflet? And he said, no, it didn't, sadly. I was like, okay, that's fine. I can, you know, I've got a lot of books about the Ju-88 anyway. So as you can see, that's the landing gear. Very accurate to the Junkers Ju-88. Will it stand on its gear? That looks really nice. It looks nice. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. That's actually going to be my thumbnail. Hang on. Yeah, that's going to be my thumbnail for the video. Beautiful. Yep. You can see the detail there. You've got the cockpit. Some of the really nice details there. Really nice. Really get a good look at that. There you go. Sorry about the stains on my table. That is paint. But beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Just die-cast models. They just bring me joy. And to have a model from 2003, or 2000, sorry. I've wanted this specific model for ages. But yeah, the Junkers Ju-88 A-4, guys, by Atlas. Not sure if there are any reviews of this model on YouTube. If I'm the first, well, congratulations to me. But if I'm not, well, I hope that, you know, I've brought you all happy memories if you ever owned this. But yeah, really cool. I'm definitely going to be keeping it on the stand though, in the landing gear in the thing, because, well, one day this model is going to be very, very special. But yeah, Junkers Ju-88 A4, guys. Take care, and I shall see you in the next one.